Avatar: The Last Airbender is still a massive cultural pop icon, and Zuko's character arc is a masterclass in character development. But what makes a villain's redemption so compelling? Let's dive into Zuko's journey and see what it can teach us about how to write unforgettable character transformations. Plus, meet Vexx, the prince shaping my new story, Word Thief. Oh, and whatever you do, don't comment fire in the comment section below, otherwise I'll have to learn how to firebend, and the only bending I can do is sweat. Gross. Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the James Cameron movie with the blue people, is almost 2 decades old. That's 20 years. Whew, I'm getting old. And boy, it's still really popular. Like, people are obsessed with it. Granted, it has stayed alive due to various book adaptations and book continuations of the story, a lot of cancelled productions, comics, a sequel series, and a lot of other goodies that the original creators have crafted after the series ended in 2008. Now yes, a big reason for why people love the series so much is because of the iconic and very interesting three-dimensional characters, and the journeys that they experience within the 3 seasons of the show. However, there is one character who stands out the most. I'm talking about Zuko. Whew. My boy goes from a child with anger issues, a depressed child with anger issues, I'm still depressed but my anger is getting better, to, oh, I'm the best character in the show. And now, I'm a good guy. Did anyone see this coming? Yes, we all saw it coming. As soon as you helped Aang escape that situation with the mask on, we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew. Everything about Zuko flips. How he perceives the world, how he firebends, how he treats people, it all changes over the course of the series. Through, of course, what happens to him, but also what he learns as a consequence to these experiences. He sees the evil of his father. Hell, he sees the evil of himself and his sister. But then again, he also understands why they are the way they are. The idea of developing a bad guy to eventually a good guy intrigues me as a creative storyteller. But I want to go slightly deeper, harder, more explosive. Sorry, remember when Slumdog Millionaire played Zuko in the live action film? Yeah, wow, he's Monkey Man now. Anyways, what can we learn from Zuko's development? Let's jump into it. Welcome back to Write With Me, a series where we, the people of the internet, create brand new stories together. If you have any ideas for the following story, let me know in the comments below. If you don't have any ideas, don't worry about it. It's all good. I will be crying later this evening, so I'm gonna clock that in around 2 o'clock. We're exploring the world of Word Thief, a YA fantasy series that takes place in a world where the government, or something more sinister, has the power to erase words from existence. What words would they remove? Why? And what happens to those who fight back? In the city of Kongard, there lives a word thief. His name is Echo. Echo spends most of his nights scouting the city's rooftops, ensuring that the people who live in Kongard are safe. From what, you might ask? Well, something's happened. Something bad. The word wrong has vanished from existence. No one can say it. Not the florist, not the butcher, not even the chimney sweeper. For them and everyone else, the word is gone. The question is, who has stolen it, and how will Echo steal it back? Kongard is a monarchy, ruled by a royal family. They're called the Applegates. Lord Talbot Applegate IV is the current ruler of Kongard, and, well, the people don't really like him that much. He's pompous, and is giving a lot of Kongard to the rich, while ignoring the complaints and the problems of the poor. His heir, Prince Vexx, is eager to take the throne, and has been watching his father fall from the great heights of his youth. Once, long ago, Lord Talbot was a righteous ruler, but with age, his love for the city and its people has dwindled like a flame burning a dying candle. Though the people of Kongard like Vexx, they don't know much about him. For a long time, he never even left the castle, staying inside, protected by his father's guard. He was the first to be born, with his sister Winona, born 2 years later, and their brother Yarn, born many years after that. He's only 5. Because Vexx only knew the castle and its grounds, the outside world and the city were foreign to him. He had grand daydreams about what they were like. It was also utopian to him, with smiling people and friendly kids who all just want to play. He was much like the Buddha, suffering from a life of privilege and luxury. And like the Buddha, this facade was torn off like a well-glued band-aid. When Vexx was 9, his father announced to the public that he'd be shown to the city, and to celebrate the occasion, he wanted a massive fair. The people of Kongard made giant parades and set up balloons all over the city's main square, making the event something Vexx would never, ever forget. On a horse, Vexx rode through the city with his mother and father. Thousands of people had gathered on the pavements, clapping hands and cheering for him. A horn went off, louder than a bullet. A sword flew across the air. Blood poured across the road. Vexx fell, his horse buckling at the sword's impact. Hooded figures, dirty and rough, wrapped their grimy hands around Vexx, and before his father's guard could do anything, they kidnapped him. For 5 days, Vexx was kept underground, encased in darkness. There was a dripping sound. Moisture? A broken pipe? Didn't matter. The bandits who had taken him bruised his skin, cut open his legs, and broke his nose. The pain was overwhelming. Eventually, he lost all feeling, his skin numb and depressed. This is it, he thought to himself. The end of my reign. So much for being king. One day, light shone through the darkness. Guards arrived, slaying the bandits with ease. Among them was his father, who cut down the man who had broken Vex's nose. He quickly picked up Vexx and carried him out of the abandoned hut. They were somewhere in the Moriarty ruins, far, far away from their castle. Outside, Vexx, for the first time in his life, saw wild oaks and flowers. Tears fell. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Now grown, Vexx doesn't hate the people of Kongard, but because of the kidnapping, he is extremely cautious of them. They're manipulative. Through his father's guard, he discovered that the only reason he had been kidnapped was because the bandits wanted ransom. They killed an innocent horse, tortured Vexx, caused an uproar, and for what? Some coin and a ticket out of Kongard? It was juvenile and vain. When Vexx was to be crowned, this behaviour was going to end. Though his father was a huge inspiration, he also had an uncle who governed a collection of island cities in the northeast called Lurun. His uncle, they call him Governor Tyson, was a well-respected man. And unlike his father, his children would have never been kidnapped for the sake of ransom. The governor had respect. Hell, Tyson was practically worshipped. When Vexx looked down at the people of Kongard, all he saw were those bandits, and that dark cage he was kept in under the forest. He couldn't let his future children face the same pain, so he needed a way to control the people. Fear was not an option. He was not going to be a dictator. A woman in a hood arrives in Kongard. Over time, through wit and cunningness, she managed to creep into the inner circle of the royal pentagon, and while there, tells Vexx about a magical ritual, where one could, in theory, remove words from existence. Vex's eyes light up. It was perfect. Next episode, we'll explore the ritual that removes words, and the magic that dominates the world of Word Thief, which is called Zio. As you can see, like Zuko, Vexx is not necessarily a bad person per se. He's just in a bad situation due to his past. If you would like to learn more about Echo, his investigation into the missing word wrong, and Vex's accomplices, I have other videos that'll be in the outro section. Please don't forget to do number 1s and number 2s, otherwise you will get constipated. So yeah, bye.